What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley here from Rosie's Corner, proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. Stop by here for wings and pizza combinations all day long. Plus, they've got the delicious meatball bomber, the Lunas, the garlic parm wings are to die for, gold fever wings as well. Hey, don't forget about the classic burger, the stuffed shells, and more here at Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. Grab gift cards for all occasions as well at Rosie's Corner. And again, they've got the drinks, the chocolate milk, the salads, they've got the chips, the whole thing. The best honey I've ever had up front here as well. All to go with your hot and cold subs and anything else you order at Rosie's Corner. And yes, indeed, you can order those giant subs and sandwiches, hot, cold, pastrami, corned beef. I mean, literally the menu goes on and on and on. So stop by Rosie's today for a late lunch or dinner tonight. You know, I did a video a few hours ago about some things in sports just are right, and it was the Florida Panthers with all those brutal years and 30 years, you know, in waiting, all those, you know, top draft picks and awful years with no playoffs, and kind of a fan base that kind of gets crushed here and there. You know, people thinking that, you know, the Sun Belt states don't have great fan bases. And I tell you what, man, people who go to Hurricane games would tell you otherwise. The Tampa Bay Lightning built up one of the great hockey cultures and fan bases in the league. You think about what's happened out west and in the South since Wayne Gretzky got traded to the to the Kings rather, from the Edmonton Oilers in the late '80s. You know, the Ducks, the Hurricanes, the Lightning. I mean, all these teams have won cups now, right? You think of expansion, Vegas, they go to 2 Stanley Cups and win 1. Lightning, Panthers, Hurricanes, Ducks, all those clubs winning Stanley Cups. The Dallas Stars moving from Minnesota, which I didn't like and still don't like it, but you know, all these clubs winning Stanley Cups and fan bases growing with the success and with the culture of the organization. Here's the thing. No better guy in hockey than Paul Maurice to win a Stanley Cup as well. Part of that Florida Panther group. He's 5-0 in Game 7s in the playoffs, and he's a guy who really has kept a lot of things even keeled. You know, when you're up 3-0 and then you lose a game, and it looks like from the outside that everything is being lost, the cliches start at the microphone and all the rest. Paul Maurice did keep things pretty civil. And one thing I give Florida a ton of credit for is in a high-pressured situation, a Super Bowl situation, NCAA tournament game, or Final Four, national championships type of setting, 1 game and you're out. That's the one difference between the 7-game series in MLB, NBA, you know, Stanley Cup playoffs, etc. You have a bad game or two. I mean, heck, look at Florida. They had 3 unbelievable games and they lose 3 games, or they still have a chance to win. Even though they lost 3 and let them back in, they hadn't lost the series yet because they had the cushion of being up 3-0. You can't do that in the NCAA tournament. You can't do that in the NFL. You win today, go on. You lose today, you go home. And you can't argue the Stanley Cup. I've argued it for years that it's the hardest trophy to win in sports. But again, even though the preseason, regular season, the grind of the playoffs, etc. I mean, Florida played over 200 hockey games the last couple of years. When you combine everything, fine. But where it's separated, I'm not going to say it's easy or easier, but where it separates is, yeah, you can say the Stanley Cup's the hardest trophy to win, but you play game 4, you play a game 6, you could play a game 7. In those other situations, you only get 1 game. Well, that is what the situation was for the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. They got to a game 7 in the most unbelievable, quirky kind of ways, both sides. 3-0, 3-3, game 7, 1 game, all the marbles. Paul Maurice kept his club down here, chill. Sergei Bobrovsky gives him the permission to go away, stay with your family, go walk the beach, do this, do that, stay away from the practice facility, concentrate on hockey, said all the right things. Paul Maurice, one of the good guys in hockey, he's been grinding forever to get that Stanley Cup. He mentioned his family, his parents, his dad, with, you know, all the hockey heroes of years gone by that he had, you know, that are on the Stanley Cup, Gordie Howe, Maurice Richard, and others. And then he said, you know, Maurice, our last name's going to be on the Stanley Cup. Got wicked emotional with it. That's the stuff you love. The good guys in sports, the great people of hockey. I mean, he's one of them, man, and he deserved the Stanley Cup. So hats off to Paul Maurice, one of the great coaches to come along the last 20, 30 years, and a good guy who's grinded to get here. ML Sports Take from Rosie's Corner. Come on down and grab hot and cold subs, pizza, wing combos, and more. Try the Lunas as well here at Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. And of course, gift cards are available for every occasion. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.